Dave Nasty here with the Epic Guitar Instruction. How you doing? Let's learn a fun song today. Let's learn some Megadeth. Let's do Tornado of Souls. We're going to cover the rhythm section. We're going to do the solo in another video, which will be really exciting. But today we're going to cover all those great rhythm parts. This is one of the more crucial songs, I think, from that time period in thrash metal. It will teach you an incredible amount to be able to play these riffs to this song. It did to myself and a lot of others as well. So let's go ahead and get started and have some fun. We're going to play a power chord off of B in the 7th position. So what's good about this, and what I always loved about Megadeth, is we are in standard tuning. So we want to make sure and mention that. Now this song is going to kick off with one stab of the power chord, but we're going to launch into some harmonics. So to keep it really easy, our harmonic is when we're just lightly placing our finger above the fret wire. In this case, it's going to be on the bottom half of our 7th fret. And you just lightly place your finger on that, and you're going to be strumming that with a down strum. Now what's going to be kind of cool though is we're going to be bringing in some harmonics from the 3rd string and the 4th string along with our riff. It sounds like this. And you see that I go 4th string, I hit 2 open, and I hit the G string there, all in harmonics. I'm going to go right away into bom, bom, bom on that power chord there. So I have, and that's going to be the first start of my riff. Chord, harmonics, bouncing my harmonics right into an accent. Now the second one has an extra harmonic in there, and it just kind of puts an extra bit of an accent on that, last stab of the B chord. The difference in the two, at the very end of the first one, you go boom, 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 and on the second one, you just go harmonic on the A string and 1 strum, and that'll break us up. So we have, and that'll be our riff. That's the very opening riff to the song. I'll play it one more time for you slow. So it's neat to get that end accent there in placement. So let's play the first one into the second riff one more time for you. Speed it up a little bit. Now with the right hand, we're getting pretty aggressive. We have a lot of down strumming going on coming up in the song, so I'll just show you the right hand slow. Right, that would be the second one. And that'll be your first one. So we're going to break into this really cool riff. So the way we're going to start this, I'm going to, of course, have a pickup note on 7. I'm going to go 7, 9, and 10. I'm going to hammer on a pull off. 7 to 8. Going from 10 back to 7. And starting again, 7. A little bit of a hammer on going on here from my middle finger to my 3rd finger. It's kind of trippy sometimes, I guess, when we do something like that. You can practice that. It's kind of just nice and good, almost like a finger workout. Going back to that 3rd finger, 7. Going to drop this finger down, pull off from 7 to 9, or I'm sorry, 9 to 7, my bad, and grab 7 on the 3rd string. So that gives us this, and let's play this riff really nice and slow. The difference between that one and the second one is the second one goes, after that pull off, I'm going to hit the 9th fret with my 5th string. I'm going to go to the 7th fret, 6th string, and that'll conclude the total of the riff. One more time slow on this riff. It's pretty intricate, and then we'll be good. We'll move on. B. From there, we're going to hit power chord on D, power chord on C. This is a 5th string root. I like to hit these with my first finger of my pinky. I'm going to then do a nice little descending trill line that's all going to be on the A string. I'm going to start from the 7th fret, go down to 5, up to 7, down to 3, up to 5, down to 2, and I'm going to lead out of it. We'll cut off that open note there that I played the first time. I'm going to lead you right into your B chord. Let me play that first little riff for you into that, and then we're going to carry into our verse riff. That'll kick us off into the tune. So one thing I want to mention as we go through these songs, and what's really fantastic is we're learning all these great ways to solo. And what we also have for you in addition to this video, in that link that you see in that YouTube text box below, if you click on that, what you're going to get is you're going to get a coinciding ebook that is going to get you going with your soloing, and it addresses everything. We have all kinds of scales, and we talk about the modes, we talk about the usage of the pentatonic scale along with all these other kinds of scales. Techniques, everything that you need are all right there, and it's free, and it's in that YouTube text box. It'll get you started with some soloing, and even for you advanced players, it's some great information. So now when we start strumming our verse riff, these are going to be very simple power chords that we can play here in the 2nd position, and it's going to be a lot of down strumming, but it won't be too hard for us to do. We'll just take a nice little second here to say that this is going to be no problem to conquer. So we have... Now notice what I'm doing. I'm going to go this way just for visual purposes. It'll be easier for you. If I'm on a B, notice I hit that one time. I hesitate or I rest. You see me go from the 2nd fret F sharp up to the 3rd fret down to an E. You have a walk up that happens. And oftentimes in heavy metal, when people do these kind of walk-ups, you'll see that they might even hit an open string but not even fret a chord. That's going to happen in this case. I hit just that open A string before I hit that last B chord. I'm going to play this really slow, so you can play along with me. We're going to speed up. But not yet. A little bit more. All down strums. You can see that the walk, or that little slide at the end, becomes a very quick motion, but if we go really slow and we palm mute that with our right hand, we're going to be okay. That's the verse part, the very first part. The next part's going to go to an A chord leading through an E to an F, so we have, with a different power chord formation. That's our next little section, and that's exactly how it's played. A, E, F, G, A, C, A. Then it goes back into our other verse part that we had just a moment ago. So those two parts are very manageable, not too difficult to play. We have some fast-moving power chords that are really good to get comfortable playing at that pace anyway, so we like that. Coming out of this section, we're going to lead into our chorus, which is really, really fun to play. Has a little bit of riffage in there, and it's coming from here. So let me play up to it so we can see where we're at. Enough of my app. And that's going to be our chorus. So our chorus starts off with a B. We're going to quickly go F sharp, G, those kind of like pickup accents in there. We're going to have a single note riff that enters the picture now, and it's all on the low string. Open, 2, 3, 3, 2, open. E chord. Some beautiful dissonant chords that we love to see in Megadeth tunes. We're going from 3 to 2 down to 2 and 1. Major third intervals used in a pretty dark way, so that's kind of good. And then we go hopping from our D chord all the way down to our B. All right, so we're doing pretty good. We're going to go back into the verse. After that, we're going to have some repetition enter our life, which is kind of nice. We do have a chorus part that's going to lead into a fantastic drum fill before that reoccurring intro riff. That's where I'm going to take it from right now, because everything that we've done thus far will carry us very far through the song into this next particular piece. So the next thing that we're going to do is this. You can see they're just single note stabs, so we're going to be okay with that. That's all they are. They're really pretty simple to go through. And without any musical context, they can be kind of silly. So we want to just look at it very simple, that they're going to follow the structure of what we play in the verse. They're accented with only one strum, but they follow that verse, and that's really important to think about. You'll be okay if you think of it that way. I think we're going to be just fine going through it. We're going to lead back into the riff by going with a D chord to a B chord. And that leads out of this section, so that'll sound like this. And we go back into our riff. So the next goal that we have to achieve here with this song from a rhythmic perspective, we're going to talk about the cool little riff that happens before the solo, and then a couple little riffs taking us out of the song. And the solo will be covered in another video, so we will be all good to go. Let's take a look at this nice little bluesy riff that goes like this. It's all centered here off of this position of our fifth position, kind of thinking almost like a pentatonic feel here for a minute, but we start here with our third finger on the 7th fret. And we're going to pivot between 7 and 5. I'm going to play this riff for you very, very slowly. We won't need any tabs, and you'll be able to follow along just fine. So 7, 7, 5, 7, 7, 7, 5, 7. Notice I'm pausing as I roll that finger down before I bring in that 5th fret or my D note. And all those can be played with downstrum motions, which is pretty cool. And we could do a little bit of picking in there with maybe some artificial harmonics. So that's cool. That's going to set us up into the really fantastic solo. And from there, we're going to come out of the solo with a section that goes like this. Now, this section, sometimes you'll think to yourself, like, is that right? You know, because you got these really dark and dissonant 4th intervals going on. But I assure you, we're doing good here. So we're going to start with our B note, pivoting. I'm going to get these double stops on the 4th fret, but they're going to be 4 and 3, and my 3rd finger is going to jump up, and I really have to be careful to separate with my right hand these 2 notes and these 2 notes. So that way I have... Because you can see it can get kind of noisy in there, but I'm going to pivot here. I'll show you my right hand. Single note. Now what's going to change is the bass note. The 3rd fret comes into the picture. open string, 2nd fret, A, leading in 1 strum of an A, open string, 1, 2. I'm going to play this part very slowly. Notice the pivoting bass notes. That's going to lead you into that section. That's a pretty cool part of the song, though, I gotta say. So we're just about there. We're home free. So taking us out here with our end riff, we're going to start off with a really bluesy type of a riff at the end, where we fret our middle finger on the 2nd fret, 5th string. Now watch how I play this. Some open strings involved, but all in the 2nd position. That's the first riff. That's our 2nd riff. That riff is going to move up to the 3rd fret and do the same thing. Notice I lead in to the next position, but still play the riff the same. We have made it to the end of the song. It's all good. From there, what we have is and we're out. Can you believe it? We did it. We made it all the way to the end of this fantastic tune. We've got some riffs that are going to challenge you. We've got some things that are going to be really interesting to do, but as guitar players, we love them, and this is what we've learned from even myself. These are the songs that taught me. So glad to share them. Please, everybody, subscribe to the channel. Click that like button and leave us a comment. Suggest some songs that you would like us to teach you. We're all here having fun, and we love to do this, and I'll see you next time. Epic Guitar Instruction. Thank you so much.